Right now, as you watch this, there are 8 billion people on this planet, and somehow you still feel alone. Not sometimes, not occasionally, right now. And the terrifying part, science says that feeling is not a mistake, it's a signal. And what it's signaling will change how you see yourself forever. Here's what nobody tells you: loneliness is not about the number of people around you, it's not about being in a crowd or an empty room. It's a biological alarm system built into your DNA 200,000 years before smartphones existed, before cities, before language. Your brain already knew how to feel alone, and it was doing it on purpose. Think about the loneliest moment you've ever had. Were you actually alone, or were you surrounded by people and still felt invisible? That's not weakness. That's not something wrong with you. That is your ancient brain running a program it wrote hundreds of thousands of years ago. A program designed for one thing only: your survival. Dr. John Cacioppo spent 30 years studying loneliness at the University of Chicago, and what he found will make you see yourself differently. Loneliness physically hurts, not metaphorically. Your brain processes social rejection in the exact same region that processes physical pain. Being ignored at a party activates the same neural pathway as breaking your arm. You are not being dramatic. Your brain genuinely cannot tell the difference. But here's where it gets strange. The more people we have access to, the lonelier we've become. In 1990, 20% of people reported chronic loneliness. Today, that number has doubled. We have more ways to connect than any generation in human history, and we are the loneliest generation in human history. That is not a coincidence. That is a clue. Your brain was built for a tribe of 150 people, not 8 billion. Not 5,000 Instagram followers, 150. That was the average size of a human group for most of our existence. 150 people who knew your name, who noticed when you weren't there, who would come looking for you. Now you can reach anyone on the planet in seconds, and your brain has no idea what to do with that. Neuroscientist Robin Dunbar discovered something remarkable. Your brain has a physical limit. You can only maintain genuine, deep connection with 5 people, close friendships with 15, meaningful relationships with 50, and acquaintances with 150. Beyond that number, your brain stops processing them as real people. They become background, numbers, faces without weight. This is why social media doesn't cure loneliness. You are trying to feed a hunger with food your body cannot digest. Imagine you're standing in the middle of an ocean, water everywhere, stretching to every horizon, and you are dying of thirst. That is what modern loneliness feels like. Connection everywhere, and somehow none of it reaches you because your brain wasn't built for an ocean. It was built for a river, clear, close, known. When you feel lonely, your brain enters what scientists call hypervigilance. Your threat detection system switches on. Suddenly, you start reading danger in neutral faces. A friend who didn't reply becomes someone who hates you. A quiet room becomes proof that no one cares. Your brain is not lying to you, it's trying to protect you, because 200,000 years ago, being separated from your tribe meant death. Your brain still believes that. Every single day, here's the part that stops most people cold. Chronic loneliness doesn't just hurt emotionally, it rewires your brain. Studies show that lonely people have measurably different brain activity. Their nervous systems run hotter, their cortisol stays elevated, their immune system weakens. The health impact of chronic loneliness is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. You read that correctly. Loneliness is as dangerous as a pack of cigarettes every single day. So why in a world more connected than ever are we getting lonelier? The answer isn't technology, it isn't social media, it isn't that people are worse than before. The answer is something far more unsettling. We stopped doing the one thing that cures loneliness. Not texting, not liking posts, not following people. The one thing, and almost nobody talks about it anymore. What is that one thing? We'll get there. But first you need to understand what loneliness actually is, not what you think it is, because most people have it completely backwards. Loneliness is not the absence of people. Loneliness is the absence of feeling known, not people. Known. There is a difference, and that difference is everything. Psychologist Brené Brown spent years studying human connection, and she found one thing that separates people who feel connected from those who don't. It wasn't how many friends they had, it wasn't how often they socialized. It was one word: vulnerability. The people who felt most connected were the people willing to be truly seen. Not the best version of themselves, not the curated version. The real one. Messy, uncertain, human. Think about the last conversation you had that actually mattered. Not small talk. Not, how's the weather? A conversation where you said something real, something you were afraid to say, and the other person stayed. Remember how that felt? That feeling has a name in neuroscience. It's called social resonance. And it triggers the same reward pathway as food when you're starving. Your brain treats genuine connection as survival, because it is. Here's the cruel paradox of loneliness. The lonelier you feel, the harder it becomes to connect, because your hypervigilant brain starts protecting you. It builds walls. It interprets kindness as pity. It reads interest as intrusion. It turns down invitations before they arrive. Loneliness defends itself like a wound that keeps reopening every time it gets close to healing. But here's what science actually found. The cure for loneliness is not finding more people. It's not downloading another app. It's not going to more parties. The cure is a single moment of genuine mutual understanding. One person, one real conversation, one moment where someone sees you as you actually are and chooses to stay. That single moment activates more oxytocin in your brain than months of surface level socializing. One real connection outweighs 1,000 shallow ones. Remember the one thing we said almost nobody does anymore. The thing that actually cures loneliness, it's this: being present, fully, completely present, not half listening while scrolling, not mentally composing your reply while someone is still talking, being so fully there that the other person feels it, feels that for this moment they are the only person in your world. That feeling is what your brain has been searching for since the day you were born. You were never meant to connect with 8 billion people. You were meant to be truly known by a few. The loneliness you feel isn't a flaw. It isn't depression. It isn't proof that something is wrong with you. It's your brain, ancient and wise and exhausted, still looking for your tribe, still sending the signal, still waiting. So the next time that feeling arrives, that hollow, heavy, invisible feeling, don't run from it. Don't numb it. Listen to it, because that feeling is not your enemy. It's the most human thing about you. It's proof that you were built for something real, something deep, something worth finding. 8 billion people, and your brain is still looking for the one conversation that matters, the one person who stays, the one moment that makes the weight lift. That's not weakness. That's not loneliness. That's humanity, doing exactly what it was designed to do, looking for home.